Most people think mold is just an ugly stain on a wall, something you wipe away with bleach and forget about. But honestly, that dark patch in the bathroom is often only the visible tip of the problem. The real organism may be hidden deep inside walls, quietly spreading microscopic roots and releasing millions of spores into the air your family breathes every day. A homeowner in Ohio recently discovered this the hard way. Behind a kitchen cabinet, an entire colony of black mold had been growing silently for more than a year. Her family had been inhaling spores daily without knowing it. When she called a remediation company, the quote came back at $4,700. Yet just a few feet away in her pantry were two ingredients that cost less than $3 and had been used for generations to fight mold long before modern cleaning products existed. Today we are uncovering the science behind that forgotten method. It is simple, practical, and based on chemistry that anyone can understand. Mold is not just a stain. It is a living fungus that has existed on Earth for over 400 million years. The dark spot on a wall is only the visible portion of a much larger structure. Beneath the surface are microscopic filaments called hyphae that penetrate materials like drywall, wood, and grout. These root-like structures anchor the colony while drawing in moisture and nutrients. At the same time, mold releases millions of airborne spores. Each spore is extremely small, far smaller than a human hair, allowing it to travel through indoor air and settle throughout a home. When those spores land in warm, damp conditions, they begin forming new colonies. This is why mold often seems to, come back. Long before chemical cleaners existed, families still had to deal with damp homes and mold growth. Historical household journals from the 1800s show that people used simple methods passed down through generations. Across rural England and early American communities, two ingredients appeared again and again: white vinegar and baking soda. People at the time did not know the science behind them, but through observation they discovered that acidic substances could damage mold, while alkaline conditions helped prevent it from returning. This practical knowledge became, common household wisdom. So everything changed in the mid-20th century. After World War II, industrial chemistry really started to enter everyday homes. Companies that had produced wartime chemicals began manufacturing cleaning products, and advertising campaigns quickly promoted the idea that traditional remedies were outdated. Bleach, it became the go-to solution for mold removal. Bleach appears powerful because it instantly turns dark mold stains white. To the human eye, that looks like success. But on porous materials like drywall and wood, bleach often fails to solve the real problem. Mold grows deep within these materials. While bleach can lighten the visible surface, its chemical action does not always reach the deeper fungal structures. At the same time, the water in bleach solutions can soak into porous surfaces, sometimes providing moisture that allows mold to return later. Another mistake became popular on the internet: mixing vinegar and baking soda together. The dramatic bubbling makes it look like a powerful cleaner, but the reaction actually neutralizes both ingredients. Vinegar is acidic and baking soda is alkaline. When combined, they react to form carbon dioxide gas, water, and a mild salt. Once the fizz stops, most of the cleaning power is gone. Used together, they cancel each other out. Used separately, they become much more effective. The key is a simple two-stage approach. First comes the vinegar. Undiluted white vinegar can be sprayed directly onto the mold-affected surface. The acetic acid helps break down fungal cells. The most important step is patience. The vinegar should sit on the surface for about an hour, so it has time to penetrate deeper into the affected area. After that waiting period, the area can be scrubbed with warm water and a stiff brush to remove both the dead mold and lingering spores. physical removal matters because even dead spores can trigger allergic reactions. The final step introduces baking soda. A small amount dissolved in water can be sprayed over the cleaned surface and allowed to dry. Baking soda creates a mildly alkaline environment that mold struggles to grow in, while also helping absorb moisture. The result is a surface that is less friendly to future mold growth. Of course, mold itself is only a symptom. The real cause is moisture. Leaking pipes, poor ventilation, and high indoor humidity provide the conditions mold needs to grow. Cleaning helps remove the colony, but controlling moisture is what prevents it from returning. That means fixing leaks quickly, improving airflow, using exhaust fans, and keeping indoor humidity below about 50%. The larger lesson is that many practical solutions were known long before modern marketing convinced people they needed expensive, specialized products. Vinegar and baking soda are not miracle cures, but when used correctly and combined with proper moisture control, they can be surprisingly effective tools. Knowledge like this was once common in everyday households. Today, it often feels forgotten. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with someone who is still relying on bleach to deal with mold, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive.